This right here is the camshaft on a BMW M4.
And this long metal rod may be the reason that the car doesn't run at all. If you haven't seen the last two episodes, this is my 2015 BMW M4, but it's a salvage title. I bought this car off auction, sight unseen, and I flew all the way across the country to go pick it up with the goal in mind to fix it on the spot and drive it 40 hours across Canada. Well, clearly that didn't go to plan. We ended up buying a $2,000 Ram 1500 and towed the M4 with a U-Haul trailer all the way across Canada, and we made it with no issues. The only issue currently is what's wrong with this M4, because it's not starting at all and we have zero compression on every single cylinder. Today we're going to tear down the engine and find out exactly what's going on and causing the M4 to have these issues. And that will lead us to the decision of what we have to do next with this car. Will we fix it up how it is right now, engine swap it, or be forced to sell it?
Now that we got the M4 back to the shop, we can finally address what might be wrong with it. Before coming to the conclusion of swapping the engine, we're gonna check the timing to see if the timing's off, and that could be what's causing the zero compression on all cylinders. Let's take off the valve cover. Ethan, what's good, man? Taking off this valve cover to find out if the timing is off. That could cause all the cylinders to have no compression, making it not start at all.
If the engine's timing is off, the valves open and close at the wrong time. Instead of trapping air during the compression stroke, the valves stay open and let it escape, so none of the cylinders can build compression. Since the camshafts control all the cylinders, incorrect timing can cause low or even zero compression across the entire engine.
I'm hoping, but the guy also did spin his crank up and had the whole top end rebuilt from that. It could be bad, it could be the shop was maybe a monkey and they fucked it up, or maybe, I don't know.
We'll see, I guess.
We got right to work. We had to get rid of a bunch of different things in the engine bay in order to find out the issue.
Oh my god, it's going everywhere. No, it's everywhere, Ethan. Let me find a bucket here.
No. No.
Now nothing's coming out. Wow. It's leaking coolant.
Yeah, it's a BMW, you're surprised.
Boom, there's the intercooler right off the car. After that, we were focused on taking off the valve cover. In order to do that, we had to move a bunch of different wires and hoses out of the way.
We're taking the valve cover off. This is the moment of truth. If the engine is not starting because of the timing chain, I guess we'll find out now. Prying her out. Let's see. That's basically off.
We got the valve cover off and Ethan instantly noticed what was going on with this car.
Oh shit.
That's
What?
Look, it's bent.
Oh. So it just needs this to be done.
Well, dude, look at this. Your phaser is literally falling off. Your bolt is right out of it.
No wonder it's not starting. So we just have to tighten that.
No, bro, that's broken. Your timing's all up.
So that's the issue. It's not blown.
Well, I mean, I don't know how the valves look, but this is like, look at that. Your phaser should be held in properly.
Like this one.
Yeah, look, like I should not be able to take out this whole bolt. There's no thread, you'll need a camshaft.
A camshaft?
Yeah. Dude, yeah, look. your
Oh
bolt's
my
snapped
god. How did that
I don't know.
The question we all had was, how does that even happen? How is that even possible? Well, I was doing some digging on the internet and look at what I found.
Oh my days. I think that might be the problem.
That one's solid.
Oh, it snapped off.
The thread snapped inside, isn't it?
I found out why it snapped.
Why is it snapped? Oh dear. The cam's
It's
locked.
seized up.
So is that from oil starvation?
Well, if you look at the front of the car, it's got a nice new oil cooler on it. I think it's been run without
Oil delete.
oil.
Yeah, you can't oil delete cars, can you?
Well, you can, and that's what happens.
That's probably exactly what happened to our car. The engine was slightly starved of oil, which ended up seizing the camshaft. Now, if you guys remember, I bought this car sight unseen with undercarriage damage. We later on found out that the previous owner had hit a huge rock and oil had gone everywhere. He did tell me he turned the car off right away.
Once I hit the rock, I saw the smoke and I turned it off like right away.
Did you ever run it without oil?
No, bro, I turned it off because I knew I hit my oil pan. Yeah, I pulled over, turned it off. I don't know how the engine is.
In terms of that, he saved the engine, but the crankshaft was probably starved of oil in that short amount of time, and the exact same thing that happened to Mat Armstrong's BMW happened to this one.
What do we need to do from here on?
Might be able to reuse the cam, I highly doubt it, but when you're like, bro, what's wrong with it? I'm like, do you not see that bend? Oh yeah. The chain's about to come off. Pop the chain off. Oh yeah, you can see the broken bolt.
Oh yeah, W. Yep, that's it right there. That's the one that seized it.
I can feel it on there. Wow. With the broken bolt and the scored camshaft caps, that confirms we have the same issue as Mat Armstrong. Let's take off the actual camshaft to see if there's any physical damage on that. All right, I kind of f***ed up. We got the bolt somehow stuck in the camshaft. That does not look good, bro.
I can thankfully thread it out with my finger. We didn't get screwed over there. There we go, look at that. Broken, destroyed. So we're gonna need a new one of those.
Oh, she's out. There's my shaft.
Yeah, look how bad that is. That's
Yeah, that's so fucked. Oh my gosh, just like Mat Armstrong, bro.
Yo, at this point, we're basically Mat Armstrong, right?
yeah, but yeah.
The ghetto Armstrong.
How are you gonna fix this? That's like internal. Look how bad that is.
Oh, bro, dude, you literally just...
With a wire, here, look it, I'll grab it right now. You wire brush that shit?
No, that's not a permanent fix because that changes your whole clearance.
But that's exactly what Mat Armstrong did to fix it.
Change the clearance.
No, you just wire brush the shit off the top.
No. Still no. No now. No tomorrow. And no the day after.
To be fair, comparing his versus ours seems a lot more damaged and nearly impossible to actually fix.
Oh my god, look at that.
Tried to get the rest of the broken bolt out of the actual camshaft itself, but we had no luck at all. If we want to even attempt to reuse this, we're gonna need that bolt out.
This right here single-handedly might be the reason why the engine wasn't starting and we weren't getting any compression at all. Bow down, bow down.
This is a camshaft, Zara. You want to try it? No. It has oil. You don't want to eat that. You'll die.
And believe it or not, this camshaft from a BMW M4 also shares the same camshaft as one of these cars.
This car right here has the same camshaft as an M4, believe it or not.
And since my friends run a mechanic shop in the same building, they actually have a leftover engine from that car, which, as we can see, has the exact same camshaft as our M4.
On ours, it is completely scored up on multiple places, so I think we're just going to take that one, put it in the M4. So I took the good camshaft off this random N55 we had in the shop.
Got it.
And there's the two of them right there together. The damage on the head was pretty bad, I will say. We tried sanding it down with this special material, but no matter how long we sanded it down, there was no fixing this the right way.
Golly, Ethan.
We put the camshaft in from the N55, torqued it up nicely. Then we came to the conclusion that this just is not going to work. From the scoring on the head to the scoring on the caps, this is not going to work in our favor once we try and start it up, and it's not the right way to fix it at all.
To be honest, guys, it's low-key like a 50-50 if this engine's actually going to run. And I know we sanded it down quite a bit. We do have a new camshaft in there. Mind you, the valves could also be bent on the head. We could literally be doing all this for nothing to come out of it, which is the unfortunate possible reality. If the M4 ends up needing a head, then we might as well replace the whole engine, I feel like, at that point, and then learn to do an engine swap ourselves.
At this point, is it even worth to fix this engine or just replace it? This engine also needs an oil pan underneath, which is about $1,500. If we find a used engine for a good price and swap it, then that would fix all of the issues and we wouldn't have to deal with it.
I've been thinking for the last couple days what we should do with the M4. Should we fix the old engine or should we just find a new one off Facebook or something and swap it? Now, with that being said, buying off Facebook is a gamble. Someone could easily just sell you a seized engine, so hopefully we can find a trusted seller. I think it makes the most sense to just swap a new engine into it rather than worrying if the valves are bent on this one, the oil pan needs a replacement. Like, we're gonna be spending the money we would have spent on a new engine and it might not even fix the car if we worry about the old one. So now the goal is we have to find a new engine off Facebook.
While I work on sourcing that, let's change the one thing on this M4 everyone in my comments complains about. It's the headlights.
But today we are going to be modding this car before even putting an engine in it. To start with the build on this thing, we're getting rid of the most controversial thing. Everyone in my comments has been complaining about it. We're getting rid of the headlights. The snake eye headlights on the F82. A lot of you guys don't like it, so we're getting rid of it. So to change them out, we got the Icon headlights, the best F82, F80 headlights that are on the market and possible to get. So let's install them.
There are multiple different headlight styles for this Gen M4. There's the pre-LCI headlights and then the newer style Icon headlights. And then I guess we have these snake eye headlights that are aftermarket, whatever. But my favorite are actually these ones. In my opinion, they look the most aggressive.
This would probably be a lot easier if I just put it on the hoist, but the car's not lined up properly and I'm too lazy to move it.
Well, I couldn't really get to any bolts this way.
Oh my fucking shit. Might as well just put it on the hoist.
There's no being lazy in the shop. As annoying as it was to push the car onto the hoist and position it properly, it definitely ended up making my life easier. In order to get to the headlights, I have to take off these bolts in the fender liner. After putting the car on the hoist, it was super easy and took almost no time. And there's our new Icon headlights. They are the Alibaba special, but oh well, they look just as good.
Let me tell you boys, they don't make this easy. You have to go all the way to the back and get a bolt way back there. That is not fun. Holy shit. Oh my god, the infamous headlight is out. Holy shit.
With both headlights off, this car literally looks like a mess.
You guys can't really clown me for those snake eye headlights anymore. Listen guys, I never put them on the car. They were already on the car when I bought it. But good thing now we got the Icons. We're getting rid of these snake eyes. But now let's install the good headlights. Oh my god, it's on there. Dude, this looks so much better. Holy shit. Ow, fuck. Look at what I found by the air filters. An old cigarette. That's disgusting.
If you have one of these BMWs and you've ever had to take the bumper off, I'm sure you understand these are nearly impossible to get back on after you take them off. I don't know why. And here's the M4 with the new Icon style headlights that looks so much better than those interesting snake eye headlights. But let me know which one you guys liked better. And now that we found out the actual issue of what's going on with this engine causing zero compression and the real reason why it won't start, it's now my job to go source us a new engine that we're gonna be swapping into this thing. So if you haven't, make sure you subscribe, because next video on this M4, we'll be getting an engine in, fully swapping it within a record time, and then hopefully starting it for the first time since its accident. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.